You've been told that emotional strength means never breaking, never crying, never losing your cool. But what if the real unbreakable isn't a stone wall? It's a man who can stand in the fire, feel every flame, and still choose the next step. Tonight, one message, one betrayal, one silent phone will push you to the edge. You'll watch yourself reach for the trap you swore you'd never touch again. And in the final second, one ancient move will decide whether you shatter or become the sky. Will you take the oath or keep paying rent to your pain? As you watch, kindly spare a second to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified when we share our next video. You think you're strong because you can hide your pain, but the truth is you're fragile enough to shatter at a single unanswered text. That knot in your stomach when the phone stays silent, the way your mind replays every word you said last night, the quiet rage that bubbles up when someone cuts you off in traffic. These aren't signs of weakness. They're proof you've handed the keys to your peace to everyone but yourself. You call it empathy. Stoicism calls it slavery. And the worst part? You've convinced yourself this emotional roller coaster is normal, that being unbreakable means never crying, never snapping, never feeling the weight. But real unbreakable isn't numbness. It's owning the storm inside you so completely that no external wind can steer your ship. Most people spend their lives dodging discomfort, numbing with Netflix, alcohol, endless scrolling, anything to avoid sitting with the raw ache of being human. They chase emotional resilience like it's a superpower granted by meditation apps and positive affirmations, but they miss the ancient truth. Stoicism isn't about suppressing feelings, it's about refining them into weapons of unyielding strength. You're not broken for feeling deeply, you're breakable because you let those feelings dictate your actions. Imagine a life where betrayal doesn't crush you, where loss doesn't derail you, where anxiety doesn't own your mornings. That's not fantasy, that's Stoic emotional intelligence in action, a psychological fortress built on the dichotomy of control, amor fati, and the premeditation of adversity. Right now, you're probably nodding, thinking, yeah, I need that, but secretly doubting it's possible for someone as sensitive as you. Good. Doubt is the first crack in the illusion. Let's shatter it. Imagine that. It's 3:17 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling, heart pounding because your boss's email, "We need to talk," sits unread in your inbox. Your mind spirals into catastrophe. Fired, homeless, failure, sweat beads on your forehead as you rehearse the conversation 100 times, each version worse than the last. This is modern life's default mode, emotional hijacking disguised as preparation. But the Stoics saw through it 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, woke to assassination plots and plague, yet wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the dichotomy of control, the razor-sharp Stoic tool that separates what you can influence from what you can't. Your boss's decision, not yours. The market crash wiping out your savings. Weather, the friend who ghosted you, their character, not your worth. But your response, the breath you take, the words you choose, the meaning you assign, that's your domain, your empire. Most self-help gurus peddle vague, let-it-go mantras, but Stoicism demands precision. List what's up to you, ignore the rest. Emotional resilience isn't born from ignoring pain. It's forged by focusing fire on the controllable. Studies in cognitive behavioral therapy echo this. CBT, modern psychology's gold standard, lifts directly from Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters. When you internalize the dichotomy, anxiety loses its grip because you stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable. You're not repressing emotion, you're redirecting it like a martial artist channels an opponent's force. Now, let's cut deeper. You've been taught to fear the worst, to cushion every blow with what-if scenarios that keep you small. Enter premeditatio malorum, the pre-mortem of evils. Seneca practiced it daily. Visualize poverty, illness, death, not to wallow but to inoculate. It's exposure therapy for the soul. Close your eyes and see the layoff email arriving tomorrow. Feel the gut punch. Walk through the unemployment line, the awkward calls to family, the ramen dinners. Now, open your eyes. You're still here, breathing. The imagined catastrophe didn't kill you, and neither will the real one. This isn't pessimism, it's psychological judo. Neuroscientists confirm it. Premeditation reduces amygdala overdrive, the brain's fear center. When the actual storm hits, you've rehearsed the steps. Update the resume, cut subscriptions, lean on skills you already possess. Emotional unbreakable means the blow lands, but you don't fracture. You adapt. Most people crumble because surprise amplifies pain. Stoics disarm surprise. Try it tonight. Spend 5 minutes scripting your worst-case scenario in detail. You'll sleep better, not because the worst won't happen, but because you've already held it in your hands. But Stoicism's deepest cut is amor fati, love of fate. Not tolerance, not acceptance, but love. Nietzsche called it the formula for greatness. My formula for human greatness is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. You lose the promotion to a less qualified colleague. Instead of bitterness, whisper, "This is what needed to happen." The divorce papers arrive. Not my will, but what is. It sounds insane until you grasp the psychology. Resistance multiplies suffering. Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, lived it in Auschwitz. The last of the human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Amor fati transforms scars into signatures. That betrayal, it taught you discernment. The failure, it carved humility. Emotional intelligence peaks when you stop negotiating with reality. You feel the grief fully tears, rage, despair, but you don't let it rewrite your identity. Stoics cry, they just don't drown. Finally, ascend with the view from above. Zoom out. Your heartbreak is a pixel in humanity's timeline. Earth spins, galaxies collide, billions live and die unaware of your drama. This isn't diminishment, it's liberation. Perspective dilutes ego's poison. Ancient Stoics meditated on cosmic scale to shrink personal woes. Modern mindfulness apps mimic it poorly. When rage flares at the driver who flipped you off, picture him from space, a speck in a metal box on a rock hurtling through void. The anger evaporates. You're not suppressing, you're contextualizing. Emotional, unbreakable means feeling the heat without burning. Here's the paradox that pierces. The more you embrace Stoicism, the more alive you feel. Suppressing emotion creates pressure cookers. Refining it creates clarity. You'll laugh harder at jokes, love deeper in relationships, grieve cleanly at funerals. Unbreakable isn't armored, it's transparent, letting pain pass through without possession. Start small. Next trigger, ask, what's in my control? Premeditate one fear daily. Love one fate you've resisted. View one annoyance from above. Within weeks, the knot unties. You'll text back calmly, sleep through uncertainty, rise from knockdown smiling. Stoicism doesn't make you invincible to pain. It makes pain irrelevant to your peace. That unanswered message, let it float. Your worth isn't in their reply, it's in your response. Feel everything, fear nothing. This is how Stoicism builds emotional resilience, psychological strength, and a life no storm can sink. The cliff awaits. Have you learnt anything so far? I'd like you to mention in the comments section anything that you have learnt so far. I'll be reading in the comments section. The cliff is right there, one step away, but you never take it. Why? Because you're caught in the trap you mistook for safety. The trap has no bars, no locks, just a velvet loop of habits you call coping. You scroll, you vent, you treat yourself. You tell yourself tomorrow will be different. and every loop tightens the noose of emotional fragility. Stoicism names the trap: voluntary slavery to impressions. You're not the prisoner of pain, you're the jailer who keeps paying rent. It starts small, almost sweet. Someone ignores your message. Instead of letting the silence pass, you refresh the chat. Once, twice, 10 times. Each refresh is a coin dropped into the trap's meter. You're feeding the monster by calling it curiosity. The monster grows. Now it's not just the text, it's the story you write around it. They hate me. I'm too much. I said the wrong thing. The story feels true because your body agrees, heart racing, palms damp, sleep shredded. That's the trap's genius. It hijacks your physiology to validate the fiction. Emotional resilience erodes one dopamine loop at a time. Escalation is automatic. Next week it's the coworker who stole your idea. You replay the meeting in your head, rehearsing comebacks you'll never deliver. You screenshot the email chain. You poll friends. Was that shady? Each poll is another coin. The trap whispers, justice demands your attention, but justice is a mask for control. You can't control their ethics. You can control your cursor. You don't. The monster fattens. Stoic emotional intelligence starves it by asking one question: is this in my power? Answer honestly, and the loop snaps. Socially, the trap wears camouflage. You're in a group chat venting about your boss. Everyone chimes in. He's the worst. Laughter emojis, fire emojis. Solidarity feels like oxygen. It's carbon monoxide. You've outsourced your peace to collective outrage. The trap scales. One boss becomes all men. One friend becomes fake people. One setback becomes the universe hates me. Pattern recognition turns into paranoia. You're not building emotional strength. You're forging a victim identity polished by likes. The Stoics saw it in Rome's forums gossip, dressed as wisdom. Epictetus cut through. Another person will not injure you unless you consent. Consent looks like retweets. Mentally, the trap runs on autopilot scripts. You wake anxious. Instead of breathing through it, you diagnose. I'm depressed. I need a new job, new city, new me. The script promises relief tomorrow if you suffer today. Tomorrow never arrives. The trap is a subscription service. Monthly payments of rumination, quarterly bonuses of burnout. Cognitive science confirms the loop rumination thickens the default mode network, carving deeper ruts of negativity. Stoicism interrupts with premeditatio malorum, but the trap sells it as overthinking. Same tool, opposite intent. One liberates, one incarcerates. Watch the rhythm. Trigger, story, reaction, reward. Trigger, bad performance review. Story, I'm a fraud. Reaction, doom scroll LinkedIn at 2 a.m. Reward, temporary numbing via comparison. Trigger, partner snaps at you. Story, they're leaving. Reaction, silent treatment. Reward, illusion of control. Trigger, scale reads higher. Story, I'm disgusting. Reaction, restrictive eating. Reward, endorphin hit from discipline. Each cycle feels rational. Each cycle is the trap tightening. Emotional unbreakable demands you name the pattern without shame. Shame is the trap's guard dog. The deepest layer is identity fusion. You don't just have emotions, you are your emotions. I'm an anxious person. I'm sensitive. I hold grudges. These aren't descriptions, they're contracts. The trap thrives on fixed self-concepts. Stoicism dynamites them with the view from above. You are not your thoughts, not your feelings, not your history. You are the faculty of choice observing the parade. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you are a little soul carrying around a corpse. The corpse is the ego story. Starve it, and the trap starves. Repetition is the trap's engine. You swear this time you'll stop checking her Instagram after the breakup. You last 3 days. The slip isn't weakness, it's conditioning. Neural pathways don't care about your vows, they care about reps. Every peak strengthens the groove. Stoic practice is counter-repetition, one deliberate pause, one controlled breath, one journal entry asking, "What's mine?" 10 reps become 100, the trap rusts. You see it now, don't you? The late-night fridge raids you call self-care, the group texts you call processing, the endless playlist of sad songs you call feeling my feelings. They're not coping, they're captivity. The trap's final trick: it convinces you freedom is joyless. If I stop obsessing, I stop caring. False. Caring is action, not agitation. Amor fati isn't apathy, it's fierce alignment with reality. The trap sells agitation as depth. Stoicism reveals depth as stillness. Break one loop today, choose the smallest trigger. Phone silent, don't check. Boss glares, don't replay. Scale mocks, don't restrict. Instead, label the impulse. There's the trap. Label without judgment. The simple act of naming activates the prefrontal cortex, weakening the amygdala's vote. One label becomes a habit. One habit becomes sovereignty. The trap doesn't vanish, it loses tenants. Emotional resilience isn't the absence of triggers, it's the presence of choice. You're still on the cliff. The trap is the rope around your waist, tied to rocks you named necessary. Cut it, not with willpower, with clarity. The Stoics left the scissors. Dichotomy, premeditatio, amor fati, view from above. Pick one, use it once. The rope phrase, use it twice. The rope snaps, the monster starves. And you, raw, trembling, alive, step forward into a life where emotions visit but never evict. The trap exposed is the trap escaped, but escape is not invention, it is remembrance. The path you now walk was carved 2 millennia ago by men who bled, ruled, and limped through the same mud you call Monday. Stoicism is not a trend, it is battle-tested code, written in prison cells, on thrones, in exile. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and slave to duty, kept a journal we call Meditations, not for publication, not for likes, but to remind himself, at dawn, who was in command. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work as a human being," he wrote. Translation for your 7 a.m. alarm. The dread is not the day. The dread is the story you haven't edited yet. Emotional resilience begins with rewriting the first sentence. Your mind hands you. Epictetus, born enslaved, leg shattered by a master's twist, taught in a dirt floor school that the mind is the only unbreakable chain. Men are disturbed, not by things, but by the views which they take of things. He hammered into students who paid in bread crusts. Fast forward. Your partner's tone wasn't sharp, your view sharpened it. The algorithm didn't steal your focus, your view surrendered it. Modern psychology calls this cognitive distortion. Epictetus called it voluntary madness. The dichotomy of control is his scalpel. Slice the event from the opinion, and the wound closes. Overthinking isn't intelligence, it's interest paid on a debt you never owed. Stoic emotional intelligence is compound interest on clarity. Seneca, advisor to Nero, watched emperors burn cities for sport, yet wrote letters from his villa. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. He rehearsed exile daily, slept on the floor, ate stale bread, not to cosplay poverty, but to vaccinate the soul. Premeditatio malorum, in action. Today you doom scroll layoffs, rehearse breakups that haven't happened, binge true crime pods to feel prepared for danger that never arrives. Seneca's antidote, schedule the nightmare. 10 minutes, pen and paper. Write the eviction notice, the diagnosis, the betrayal, feel the sweat. Then close the notebook. The amygdala learns, imagination is a simulator, not a prophecy. Emotional unbreakable is not fearlessness, it is fear familiarity. Nietzsche, no Stoic but a worthy sparring partner, read the ancients and roared back. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. He saw victim mentality as the ultimate sickness. Modern therapies, trauma-informed culture, sometimes hands it a megaphone. "My trauma made me do it" is the 21st century version of "the gods willed it." Nietzsche's amor fati is Stoicism on fire. Love the wound, kiss the whip, dance on the grave of what tried to kill you. The layoff isn't punishment, it's plot twist. The ghosting isn't rejection, it's data. When you stop auditing reality for fairness, you start authoring it. Psychological strength is not healing every scar, it's making every scar a tattoo that reads, "I chose." Sun Tzu, though not stoic, aligns like a shadow. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war. The battlefield is your nervous system. Distraction is the enemy scout. Social pressure, the siege engine. Sun Tzu's terrain is internal. Know your mind, know the triggers, and the war is half won before the alarm rings. The view from above is his drone strike. Zoom out until the traffic jam is a river of ants, the Twitter mob, a dust storm. Perspective is not detachment, it is dominance. Modern mindfulness sells this as being present. Stoicism weaponizes it as being sovereign. Cato the Younger walked Rome's Senate in a toga dyed black, refusing pomp while others preened. Social pressure demanded conformity. He offered defiance through discipline. Your feed screams, "Buy this, signal that, perform happiness." Cato's reply, "Live your values so loudly the crowd's noise becomes background static." Emotional resilience in 2025 means muting the algorithm, not the self. When likes dictate mood, you're a puppet with Wi-Fi. When virtue dictates action, you're a king in sweatpants. Even the Buddha, adjacent but resonant, diagnosed the trap. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. The second arrow is every retweet of the first wound. Stoicism removes the arrow and cauterizes with reason. Self-doubt is the arrow you shoot hourly. I'm not enough. Overthinking is the quiver. Victim mentality is the archer blaming the wind. The Stoic archer asks, "Did I aim? Did I release? Good, the target is not my concern." These men were not saints, they were engineers of the soul. Marcus ruled an empire while plague devoured it, yet ended days whispering, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears, not despair, cosmic proportion." Your quarterly review is not the whole. Your heartbreak is not the whole. The view from above again. Earth is a pale blue dot. Your drama a flicker. Feel the flicker, then return to the controls. Their wisdom scales to every modern struggle because the hardware hasn't changed. Same amygdala, same dopamine, same ego, hungry for stories. The software impressions, judgments, assent is yours to update. Install the patch. Self-doubt? Epictetus. What need is there of suspicion when you can examine what's in your power? Overthinking? Seneca. Limit your inputs, expand your outputs. Victim mentality? Nietzsche. Become who you are. Social pressure? Cato. Let them talk, I'll walk. Distraction? Sun Tzu. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. History is not a museum, it is ammunition. Load the quotes, fire the practice. The cliff is still there, the trap is rusting. The ancients stand behind you, not as ghosts, but as drill sergeants. March. But the march isn't through marble forums or plague-ravaged camps, it's through your 6:47 a.m. subway car, phone glowing like a guilty conscience, the same thumb flicking past curated lives while your coffee goes cold. The ancients stand behind you, yes, but they're reflected in the black mirror of your screen, watching you surrender the dichotomy of control, one notification at a time. This is the modern mirror, Stoicism, breathing inside group chats, burnout calendars, and the silent war you wage against your own reflection. You wake before the alarm, heart already sprinting, because last night's argument with your partner looped on repeat. The phone is in your hand before your feet hit the floor. You don't open the messaging app, you summon it. One blue check, no reply. The stomach drops like a broken elevator. Epictetus whispers from 2,000 years away. Another's silence is not in your power, but the whisper is drowned by the dopamine drip you've trained into a flood. You refresh, you archive the chat. You draft 3 versions of cool responses you'll never send. Each tap is a vote for emotional fragility. The trap, remember, is velvet. It feels like caring. Cut to the open plan office at 10:12 a.m. They're praising Chad's half-baked slide deck, while your meticulously researched report gathers digital dust in the shared drive. The boss nods, says, "Great energy," and your jaw clenches so hard the filling aches. You smile, teeth only, then duck into the bathroom stall to vent in the number work rant channel on Slack. Fire emojis rain. Someone drops a gif of Michael Scott screaming. Solidarity tastes like battery acid. Seneca's voice cuts through the porcelain echo. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. But imagination has a 4K camera now, and it's filming Chad's promotion party in your head. You're not just envious, you're rehearsing the acceptance speech you'll never give. Emotional resilience leaks out with every screenshot. Lunch is a protein bar at your desk because no time. Translation, no boundary. The calendar is a Tetris game of back-to-back zooms, each one bleeding into the next until your face freezes in grid view like a hostage photo. You nod, mute yourself, and open LinkedIn in another tab. A college acquaintance just closed a Series B. Their smile is filtered sunlight. Your chest tightens silent envy, the quietest killer. Marcus Aurelius, scribbling by candlelight while legions died, would ask, "Does their funding change your virtue today?" The answer is no, but the feeling is yes, and feelings have become facts in 2025. The view from above is a satellite image you refuse to zoom to. From orbit, your burnout is a heat signature. No one will investigate. Evening collapses into the couch. You tell yourself you're unwinding, but the TV autoplays trauma documentaries while you doom-scroll climate collapse threads. The algorithm knows. Fear keeps you scrolling. Premeditatio malorum was meant to be a controlled burn. You've turned it into a wildfire you live stream. Your nervous system is a smoke alarm that never stops ringing. Amor fati feels impossible when every headline screams apocalypse. Yet Nietzsche's ghost leans in. Suppose this failure is the fertilizer for your becoming. The breakup, the demotion, the diagnosis, they're not exceptions. They're the curriculum. You're not failing the test. You're resisting the lesson. Now the mirror cracks open into intimacy. You're in bed, partner snoring softly beside you. The fight from last night still smolders. You said, "I'm fine," when you meant, "I'm drowning." They believed the first, missed the second. Toxic relationships aren't always screaming matches. Sometimes they're silence contests. You weaponize the quiet, hoping they'll read your mind. They don't. The trap convinces you. Vulnerability is weakness. Epictetus limps into the bedroom. If you want to be loved, love. Not the Hallmark version love as action, not expectation. Send the text, "I felt hurt when." No emoji, no armor. The message sends at 11:47 p.m. The read receipt glows. No reply yet. You set the phone face down. That's the dichotomy in real time. The sending was yours. The reply is weather. They, your friends, are at the bar posting. Stories of cocktails and laughter. You weren't invited. FOMO isn't a buzzword. It's a physical ache behind the eyes. You refresh the story 3 times. Each circle reload a fresh stab. Social pressure has evolved. It's not the village elder shaming you. It's the infinite village shaming you in real time. Cato's black toga becomes your muted group chat. You type, "Looks fun," then delete it. The Stoic move isn't withdrawal, it's redefinition. Your evening is reading with tea. Their evening is filtered neon. Neither is virtue. Virtue is the choice you make when no one's watching. You close the app. The ache lingers, but it's no longer the boss. Sunday morning 5K run. The playlist is Aggression disguised as motivation. Trap beats about, grinding, getting yours. Your lungs burn, legs scream, but you push because pain equals progress. Wrong. Pain is data. Pushing past data is ego. Sun Tzu's terrain is your body. Know when to advance, when to hold the hill. You stop at mile 4, walk, breathe. The watch buzzes, personal worst. The old you would spiral, I'm falling apart. The Stoic you asks, did I move today? Did I listen? Good. The watch is weather, the choice was yours. The mirror's final reflection is brutal and beautiful. You're 34, rent is late, mom's sick, inbox at 3,247 unread. You sit on the fire escape at 2:14 a.m. City humming below like a distant war. The phone is off. For the first time in months, the silence isn't heavy, it's spacious. You feel the grief, the fear, the rage, all of it, raw and unfiltered. But you don't feed it, you don't flee it, you assent to what is. Marcus, Seneca, Epictetus, they're not on pedestals, they're in the breath you take between sobs. Emotional intelligence isn't mastering feelings, it's mastering the space between trigger and reaction. That space is where sovereignty lives. You climb back inside, open the journal. One line. Today, the silence didn't own me. You sleep. The cliff isn't a metaphor anymore. It's the edge of your mattress where you choose, every morning, to march with the ancients into the war of ordinary days. The phone will glow, the boss will ignore, the scale will mock, the heart will break, and you refined, not repressed, will feel it all and fear none of it. This is Stoicism in the modern mirror, not escape from life, but ownership of it. The march continues. The march continues. One breath, one choice, one unbreakable dawn at a time. Now drop the poetry, draw the blade. The Stoic response is not comfort, it is combat. 4 weapons, sharpen them, wield them, win. Weapon 1, dichotomy of control. Draw the line in the sand, ink, not chalk. Left side, what is yours? Thought, word, deed. Right side, everything else. The line is non-negotiable. A text unread, right side. Your reply, left. A market crash, right. Your next trade, left. Doubt the line and you bleed. Honor the line and you rule. Tattoo this, I rule the left. The right is weather. Emotional resilience is forged on this frontier. Cross it once and the trap reclaims you. Guard it like a throat. Weapon 2, premeditatio malorum. Schedule the apocalypse. 5 minutes, no audience. Write the worst in blood-red detail. Bankruptcy, betrayal, biopsy. Feel the pulse spike. Hold it. Do not flinch. This is not rehearsal for defeat. It is inoculation against surprise. When the real blade falls, you have already bled in simulation. The cut is familiar. The scream is optional. Mantra, I have held the corpse. It cannot startle me. Psychological strength is premeditated exposure. Skip it, and fear owns the dark. Weapon 3, amor fati. Love the scar. Kiss the whip. The promotion denied. The lover gone. The diagnosis delivered. These are not errors. They are curriculum. Stop auditing reality for justice. Start signing your name to every page. The fire that burned you also forged you. Whisper to the ashes, not my will, but this. The moment resistance dies, suffering dies. Tattoo this. I do not endure fate, I embrace it. Stoic emotional intelligence is love weaponized. Hate the lesson, and you repeat the class. Weapon 4, view from above. Ascend, satellite, galaxy, eternity. Your heartbreak is a pixel, your empire a dust mote. Zoom until the ego dissolves in scale. The driver who cut you off, a neuron firing in a meat machine. The algorithm that enraged you, code in a server farm. Perspective is not escape, it is elevation. From orbit, the storm is weather. From orbit, you are the sky. Mantra, I am not the pixel, I am the frame. Emotional unbreakable is cosmic detachment with feet on the ground. Drill the sequence, trigger hits, draw the dichotomy left or right. Premeditate, have I held this corpse? Amor fati, do I sign the page? View from above, am I the pixel or the frame? 4 strokes, 1 kill. The impression dies before it commands. Social battlefield, someone baits you online. Pause, dichotomy, their words right, your cursor left. Do not feed the troll, feed the standard. Silence is a weapon when speech is surrender. Relationship front, betrayal lands. Premeditate nightly for 30 days. Visualize the lie, the exit, the empty bed. Day 31, if it happens, you nod. Curriculum, amor fati turns the knife into a chisel. Financial trench, account zeros. View from above. Billions have starved, billions will again. Your hunger is not special, it is temporary. Left side, next invoice, next skill, next breath. Right side, the Fed, the client, the crash, guard the line. Physical crucible, pain flares. Dichotomy, the ache right, the story, I'm broken left. Strike the story. Premeditate surgery, chemo, the grave. Hold the corpse. Amor fati, this body served, this pain teaches. View from above, stardust borrowing carbon for a century, return it without protest. No retreat, no excuses. The weapons are not optional, they are oxygen. Breathe them or suffocate in the trap you once called life. Emotional resilience is not a feeling, it is a verdict you render every second. Psychological strength is not gifted, it is seized. Stoic practice is not habit, it is war. Stand on the cliff now, rope cut, trap rusted, ancients at your back, weapons in your hands. The storm comes, you do not brace, you advance, feel everything, fear nothing, march. The storm breaks against you, yet you do not break. The weapons are sheathed, still warm from use. In the silence that follows the clash, a deeper question rises, not how to endure, but why. The Stoic response was never about survival alone, it was the doorway to meaning. Step through. You have drawn the line, held the corpse, signed the page, ascended the frame. These are not tactics, they are revelations. Each cut severs a thread of the false self, the self that believed peace was a reward, identity, a possession, life, a transaction. What remains is not emptiness, it is presence. The philosophical turn begins here, from control to communion, from resistance to recognition. Identity is the first illusion to fall. You are not the anxious professional, the wounded lover, the overlooked creator. Those are roles, costumes stitched from impressions. The dichotomy of control exposed them. Premeditatio malorum burned them. Amor fati dissolved them. The view from above revealed them as dust. Beneath the costumes, the observing faculty. Call it soul, consciousness, the prohairesis, Epictetus's term for the choosing self. It does not change with the market, the message, the mirror. It is the constant witness. Emotional resilience was never about hardening the role, it was about returning to the witness. Stoic emotional intelligence is the art of remembering who watches. Mortality sharpens the lens. You premeditated death not to fear it, but to befriend it. Seneca wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it. Most waste it defending the indefensible reputation, comfort, the past. The philosophical turn reclaims every second. When you love fate, death is not the end. It is the signature at the bottom of the contract. You signed at birth. Every crisis is a reminder. Return on time. Psychological strength is measured not in years survived, but in moments fully inhabited. The cliff is not a threat, it is a deadline. Destiny emerges when resistance ends. You do not bend fate, you align with it. Amor fati is not passive, it is the ultimate act of creation, co-authoring reality by assenting to what is. The layoff, the silence, the diagnosis, these are not punishments or accidents, they are the raw material of your becoming. Nietzsche saw it. Become who you are. The Stoics practiced it. Live in accordance with nature. Nature includes the storm, the scar, the silence. To fight it is to fight yourself. To embrace it is to fulfill yourself. Emotional unbreakable is not invulnerability, it is fidelity to the whole. Freedom is the quiet thunder. The trap promised liberation through more likes, more money, more control. Stoicism delivers liberation through less story, less ownership, less future. The weapons stripped the excess. What remains is negative capability, the power to act without attachment to outcome. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire yet wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That power is absolute freedom. No tyrant, no algorithm, no heartbreak can revoke it. Stoic practice is the daily renewal of this charter. You are not free when the world complies. You are free when compliance is irrelevant. Purpose crystallizes in the stillness. The world does not need another success story. It needs another conscious agent, one who acts from virtue, not validation. Virtue is the only good, the Stoics declared. Everything else, health, wealth, reputation, is preferred indifferent. This is not asceticism, it is accuracy. When you act from virtue, justice in the meeting, courage in the text, wisdom in the silence, purpose is automatic. You are no longer performing life, you are living it. The philosophical turn transforms discipline into devotion. Zoom out one final time. The view from above was never escape, it was homecoming. Earth spins, galaxies wheel, your drama, your triumph, your breath, all borrowed stardust on a brief loan. The awareness does not diminish you, it dignifies you. You are the universe experiencing itself, momentarily aware. Every Stoic act drawing the line, loving the scar, choosing the breath, is the cosmos saying yes through you. The struggle was the awakening, the weapons were the path, the meaning was always here, waiting beneath the noise. You do not need to search for purpose, you need to stop obscuring it. The cliff is not the edge of the world, it is the edge of illusion. Step beyond it not with force, but with recognition. You are the witness, you are the choice, you are the ascent. Feel everything, fear nothing, own nothing, be everything. This is Stoicism's final revelation, emotional resilience, psychological strength, and the quiet, unshakable knowledge that you were never the storm. You were the sky. Now swear it. I stand on the cliff where illusions end and reality begins. The wind carries no promises, only truth. I meet it unarmed, unowned, unafraid. I swear by the dichotomy of control. I will rule what is mine, thought, word, deed, and release the rest to the weather of the world. No notification, no silence, no verdict will cross the line. I draw in blood and breath. Emotional resilience is my border. I patrol it daily. I swear by premeditatio malorum, I will schedule the corpse every dawn. Bankruptcy, betrayal, biopsy, burial, I will hold each in my hands until familiarity replaces fear. I will not be startled by what I have already mourned. Psychological strength is premeditated grief. I practice it without apology. I swear by amor fati, I will love the scar, the whip, the ashes. Every plot twist is curriculum, every wound is signature. I will not negotiate with fate. I will sign my name to every page reality hands me. Stoic emotional intelligence is love without condition. I offer it to the whole. I swear by the view from above. I will ascend when ego screams. From orbit, my empire is dust, my heartbreak a pixel, my lifespan a blink. I will remember the frame, not the flicker. Perspective is my throne. I return to it when the ground shakes. I swear by the witness. I am not the role, the rage, the resume. I am the faculty of choice, observing the parade. Identity is costume, I wear it lightly. When the mask cracks, I do not panic, I recognize. I swear by mortality, every breath is borrowed. I will not waste it defending the indefensible reputation, comfort, tomorrow. Life is long only if I use it. I will inhabit the second, not hoard it. I swear by destiny, I do not bend fate, I align. The storm is not enemy, it is partner. I dance in the rain I once cursed. Freedom is ascent, I give it without reservation. I swear by purpose, virtue is the only good. Justice in the meeting, courage in the silence, wisdom in the text, temperance in the feed. I act from clarity, not chaos. The world needs conscious agents. I enlist. I swear by the space between trigger and reaction. That gap is sovereignty. I widen it with every pause, every label, every breath. No impression commands me without my consent. I withhold it ruthlessly. I swear by the journal, 3 columns at dawn event, judgment, action. I strike the middle without mercy. Night review, where did I cross the line? Correction is fuel, I burn it cleanly. I swear by the silence. When the phone glows, the crowd roars. The heart pounds, I return to stillness. Silence is not absence, it is presence. I cultivate it like a garden. I swear by the body, pain is data, not destiny. I listen, I adjust, I advance. The flesh is temporary, the choice is eternal. I swear by the broken, every fracture is a doorway. I walk through, not around. Resilience is not armor, it is transparency. I let the light pass through the cracks. I swear by the ordinary, the subway, the inbox, the scale, the unanswered text. These are my Colosseum. I fight there, not in fantasy. Stoic practice is war in the mundane. I wage it without announcement. I swear by the oath itself. These words are not ink, they are incision. I carve them into habit, into nerve, into bone. When memory fades, muscle remembers. I swear by the cliff. I do not leap in despair. I stand in recognition. The edge is not the end, it is the beginning of accurate sight. I swear by the sky. I am not the storm. I am not the pixel. I am not the roll. I am the vastness that holds them all. Emotional unbreakable is returning home. I swear by the breath. Each inhale is ascent. Each exhale is release. I breathe deliberately, because deliberate breath is deliberate life. I swear by the void. When everything is stripped, name, net worth, health, love, what remains is enough. The remainder is the real. I swear by the echo. These vows will outlive the voice that speaks them. They will whisper in the dark when doubt returns. I will answer. I swear by the choice. Every second is a ballot. I vote for awareness, for virtue, for alignment. The tally is my character. I swear by the unbreakable. It is not invulnerability, it is fidelity. I feel everything. I fear nothing. I own nothing. I become everything. I swear by the march. One breath, one choice, one dawn at a time. The ancients walk with me. The weapons are sheathed in my spine. I swear by the quiet promise. This oath is not spoken to the world. It is spoken to the witness. It is sealed in silence. It is renewed at every sunrise. I choose awareness over comfort. I choose virtue over validation. I choose the line over the storm. I choose the sky over the pixel. I am the oath. I am the sky. I am enough. The cliff holds. The march is eternal. The vow is now. If this message spoke to you, follow for clarity, not comfort. And comment below, I choose awareness. Because awareness is the first weapon of strength.